On Earth, we have collectively agreed to lose our minds over shiny rocks and yellow metal. We lock them in vaults, build entire banking systems around them, and crash whole economies if there's too much or too little of them in circulation. We call them rare, and we treat that rarity as a fundamental law of nature. But the universe looks at Wall Street and absolutely laughs. Because the moment you punch through Earth's atmospheric layer, you realize the cosmos isn't just vast, it is completely, obscenely, violently wealthy. There are places in the deep dark where gems are as common as gravel, where mountains of solid gold float unowned, and liquid precious metals fall from the sky like an autumn drizzle. If humanity ever figures out how to drag these treasures back home, it won't make us rich. It will completely destroy the concept of money forever. Before we launch this cosmic heist to track down the universe's wealthiest coordinates, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. The Space Traveler's Log charts a brand new destination every single day, and you won't want to miss tomorrow's journey into the deep dark. Now, grab your gear, and let's go find some serious space wealth. Let's start right in our own cosmic backyard with the giant gas planets, Neptune and Uranus. On Earth, creating a pristine diamond is an agonizingly slow process requiring millions of years of tectonic pressure crushing carbon deep inside the mantle. On the ice giants, however, the planet's atmosphere operates like an automated jewelry factory. Deep within the storm systems of these giant worlds, the atmospheric pressure escalates to over 1,000,000 times greater than what we experience on Earth. This crushing environment violently rips methane gas molecules apart, completely isolating the carbon atoms. As these atoms are squeezed together by immense gravitational forces, they instantly solidify into crystalline diamond structures. It creates a literal diamond rainstorm. Millions of carats of gem-grade diamonds precipitate through the sky every single day, sinking slowly like glittering hailstones toward the planet's solid core. If you could somehow survive the devastating atmospheric pressure, you wouldn't need high-tech mining drills. You'd just need a big enough bucket, but diamond rainstorms are absolute amateur hour compared to what is waiting deeper in the galaxy. If you travel roughly 40 light-years away to the constellation of Cancer, you run directly into a cosmic anomaly known as 55 Cancri. This world is a massive rocky super-Earth, boasting twice the physical size of our planet. But here is the catch. It orbits its parent star so impossibly close that a full calendar year on this planet lasts just 18 hours. Because it is practically hugging a burning star, its surface temperature hovers around a blistering 2,000 degrees Celsius. Because this exoplanet is incredibly rich in carbon and subjected to constant gravitational baking, astrophysicists estimate that the planet's mantle is composed primarily of pure, compressed crystalline diamond. 1/3 of the entire planet's mass is pure diamond. It is a multi-layered cosmic jewelry store floating in the void. Mining just a single square meter of its crust would yield far more raw wealth than the total accumulated gross domestic product of Earth throughout all of human history. If diamonds aren't your style, we can change the weather forecast to something a bit more colorful. Data retrieved from advanced atmospheric spectroscopy shows us radical alien worlds like WASP-121b. This gas giant is classified as a hot Jupiter, and its atmosphere glows with a deep, ominous purple hue. The world is so brutally roasted by its star that heavy metals like iron, aluminum, and chromium don't exist as solids or liquids. Instead, they are completely vaporized, floating through the upper atmosphere as metallic clouds. When the powerful planetary winds push these vaporized aluminum clouds toward the slightly cooler, permanent night side of the planet, the temperature drops just enough for the metals to condense. The vaporized elements organize themselves into liquid corundum, which is the exact mineral group responsible for forming rubies and sapphires on Earth. This means the actual, literal weather forecast on WASP-121b is a continuous, howling hurricane of liquid precious gems, raining down in molten sheets across an entire hemisphere. But let's be realistic. Traveling dozens of light-years across the interstellar void to scoop up liquid rubies isn't a viable business model for our generation. Luckily, our solar system has a localized vault sitting right within our reach. Nestled safely in the asteroid belt between Mars and Jupiter is asteroid 16 Psyche. Most asteroids are just giant chunks of frozen water and boring gray rock, but 16 Psyche is entirely different. Scientists believe it is actually the exposed metallic core of an ancient protoplanet that lost its outer rocky crust by massive celestial collisions billions of years ago. It is a 220-kilometer wide floating mountain made almost entirely of pure iron, industrial nickel, and massive reserves of platinum and gold. Current economic estimates value the raw metal packed into this single cosmic potato at a mind-numbing $10 quintillion. That is a 10 followed by 18 zeros. To put that into perspective, if you were to successfully capture this asteroid, haul it back to Earth, and divide the raw wealth equally among every single human being currently alive on our planet, every single person would instantly become a multi-billionaire. So, why aren't global superpowers launching every rocket we have to go grab it right now? Because of a fundamental law of human psychology and global economics. Scarcity is the only thing that creates financial value. Gold and diamonds are expensive on Earth only because they are incredibly difficult to find and strictly finite. The exact moment a space mining corporation docks 16 Psyche into Earth's orbit and begins flooding the global markets with billions of tons of gold, the supply instantly becomes infinite. Gold would immediately lose its status as a precious metal. It would become cheaper than industrial steel, eventually used for household plumbing, car bumpers, and cheap kitchen tinfoil. The global commodities market would utterly collapse overnight, completely erasing trillions of dollars of wealth and forcing humanity to completely redefine what it actually means to be rich. If gold and diamonds become worthless dirt in the future galactic space economy, what actually retains its value? The answer lies in the rarest substances in existence, things that require the absolute limits of physical cosmology to create. Take antimatter, for example. While gold floats around in giant rocks just waiting to be harvested, antimatter must be captured molecule by molecule from intense cosmic radiation belts using complex magnetic traps or manufactured inside multi-billion-dollar particle accelerators right here on Earth, costing an astronomical $62.5 trillion per single gram. It is the most expensive and powerful substance in the known universe. A tiny fraction of a gram could power an entire city or fuel a starship across the void. The real currencies of the future galactic economy won't be shiny metals you can wear on your finger. They will be raw energy capacity, heavy isotopes harvested from colliding neutron stars, and the antimatter fuel required to cross the dark void. When you step back and look at the universe through the lens of a cosmic heist, you quickly realize a profound, beautiful truth. The cosmos is filled to the absolute brim with gold, overflowing with precious gems, and packed with infinite natural resources. But out of all the trillions of coordinates we have scanned, there is only one planet we have ever found that possesses liquid water, an atmosphere we can breathe without a high-tech spacesuit, and the incredibly delicate, miraculous ecosystem required to let human life exist in the first place, in a universe where entire planets are carved out of diamonds and stars, turn into solid jewels, the rarest, most expensive, and most genuinely valuable rock in the entire known cosmos is the ordinary, life-giving dirt right beneath your feet. The universe provided absolute abundance. We just had to reframe exactly what we were looking for. If you enjoyed this trip through the cosmic stock market and want to see how deep the rabbit hole goes, drop a comment below letting me know what you would mine first. Hit that like button to help our ship beat the algorithm, and make sure to subscribe so you don't miss tomorrow's brand new log entry. Until next time, travel safe and keep looking at the stars.